Okay. Look at you, Michelle, throwing it out there for the team. Let's see if I need to do anything to get this to go live. Nope, there we go. Okay. Okay, so record this. Look at you, Michelle, throwing it out there for the team. Ooh. Let's see if I need to do anything to get this to go live. Okay. All right, ready? Let's share my screen. Start on the multiple listing service. And come on. All right, so I just start with generally with Realist and pull the property up, get the tax records, get the size, get everything down with what's on the tax record, make sure it matches. If I've already seen it, this one I happen to know does, so. "58th Street, good. So this is our listing we got coming on this weekend, 5 bedrooms. So just take some notes so I don't forget, because I forget everything. 5 bed, 2,500 square feet, built in 2007, 3 bath, 5 bed, 3 bath. Look at that. Okay. Okay, great. And it was sold in 2016, which means I can get the old listing, which is useful for a couple of reasons. Because I can search around it. I can create a search right around it just by pulling the MLS number. And so we'll start with a couple of things here. First of all, I want to get I'm just going to save this. So I'm going to print this as a PDF and just save it so I can come back to it later if I forget any information on it. Now I have a PDF of the original listing sheet of what it listed for last time. I also like that because I can steal the marketing remarks if I need to. Okay. So there's that. That's the house. It's 2,500 square feet, 5 bedroom, 3 bath. It's area 61. It's Tacoma, obviously. And if I just pull this number, 1039502, I can start with running a CMA search. And I can go start within a mile, see what that pulls up. Active, pending inspection, pending, and sold. And then so it's 2,500 square feet. So I'm going to go everything between 2,000 and 3,000 square feet, 500 on each side. That's got me down to 31 matches. It's pretty, I don't want any less than that. You want about 20 matches if you can get it. So 2007, I'll go from 1997 to 2017, 10 years on either side. And that brings me down to just 7 matches. So that's not really enough matches to really run comps. Although let me take a look and see if there's anything like right in the. I know the house across the street sold, and I want to see what that one sold for. No, but it's not listed here, so it must be outside that parameter for some reason. But it's either got to be older or something. So, yeah, 7's not really enough. So I'm going to take off the bottom year. I'll go for older, but I don't want any brand new listings in there. Yeah, I got 25 at that. So I don't want anything built last year to comp it off of. 2017, 10 years ago, that's fine. But I'll get 1956 houses in here. But now I got 25 houses to look at. See if I can see that one across the street. Still nothing across the street. But at least I got 25 to look at that match the criteria. So, couple different ways to do this. I could also expand it to 2 miles if I wanted to, if I wanted to get more in there. I'm particularly interested in finding out what that one across the street went for, but let's do this. So I'm going to just go to the results and I'll get the overview. So I'll select all the results, print, and print up a CMA of it, the CMA line one line. Watch what this looks like. This is pretty useful. Okay, so now I have the active, pending, and pending inspection. There's one of each. But of the sold properties, I have my averages, the average per square foot, 166.75 a square foot. The average square feet is really close to mine. There's 22 of them, 17 days on market. So that's giving me a ballpark. There's 408. I think we're going higher than that because I think the house across the street sold for more. So let's look at the most recent ones. 335, 545. I'm interested in that. And 424. Okay, let's see. Go back. And now I have to figure out why I can't see the one across the street. The one that went pending. So let's just take off the criteria altogether. So now I have the general of the criteria. I have sort of that 167 price per square foot. And now I'm going to go just really narrow. There's 26 within a quarter mile. Let's see if I can find that one across the street. Yeah. There she is. There we go. Yep. Okay, so this one, why it didn't come up. That's 305, pending 470. There we go. Hello, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Now, why didn't that come up? Because it's just got to be older. How come that didn't come up? It's 2,200 square feet. Pre-sale. Oh, is it land? No, it's coming up on this search. They're pre-selling this house. I'm thinking this thing just went on and off market in a day. Someone had already bought it and then they pre-listed it. What? Where'd my screen go? What the hell? Okay. So that didn't give me very much information. It's not a really good comp. Huh, there really was a house across the street from mine. Make sure I got the right house. Yeah, this is the right house. Stop. 305. 780 square feet. Yikes. What's the price per square foot of that one? 391. Yeah, that's not going to work. We're going to have a much different house. Okay, if we just go in this, let's just see something here. Let's just look at all of these within a quarter mile and no criteria. Get the averages of those, compare those to the averages of the ones we saw. And then we're going to look at actual individual houses and see if we can come up with some decent comps. 291 a square foot, 238 a square foot, and these sold are 283 a square foot. Interesting. Much higher per square foot. All right, let's look at actual individual houses and comp it out that way. All right. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so active, pending inspection, sold. The size of the house really does matter, 2,000 to 20 to 3,000. Oops. And less than 2015. Let's see what those look like. 1 within a quarter mile. Let's see what we can get. Here's 2 miles. With 2 miles it's too many houses. Wow, but I can do it this way for 2 miles. 2 miles is what a appraiser would use. 19 if I lower the bottom end. So let's look at these. Let's go through these. This is within 2 miles. See if we can find a house that looks like mine. Here's the active for 579. 16 days on market. So what do we know about this market? If something's on the market for 16 days in this market, anyone want to guess what we know about it? Started over. No, it started overpriced. 16 days is, you're not leaving a house on the market for 16 days. And our house is way better than this house. And so there's that. Okay, next house. So that's the active. That's the one we don't want to be like, but I'll use that comp in my conversation with the seller to make sure we don't overprice. This sold after 78 days, and this is sort of a monstrosity that looks nothing like our house. Little bigger lot, same size house, 500,000. After 78 days, that worries me. You don't want to go there. Here's a 425 sold in 9 days. That's about right. 422, and this is decent, okay, on the inside. Not great. Nothing special. And this is, where's this? This is 205 a square foot. $389. All right, I got to see where it is on the map because these are now really all over the place in terms of price. Let's just look. This is actually a nice comp for us. 407, 1 day in October. It's a little long ago for us. October, everything's really pretty different since October. 430, 405. 426, and this is January, getting closer. This is getting closer, and this is the same size. We have an extra bedroom. This isn't a bad comp. Started at 425, dropped to 415, and then popped up to 426. I don't know how they work that out. Paint credit, because no one wants that avocado green. Good for nobody wanting that avocado green. I really wish I had a house that looked like ours. This isn't a bad one to look like ours. This is actually our house. Same size, 1 extra bedroom. January, we like this comp. Started at 519 though, and it's dropping. What is wrong with these people? Why would you price it that way? Start at 419 and get it to go up. But that's not a bad comp. I want to see where that one looks. That looks like our house. This is a little nicer on the externals than my house. Little upgraded, started at 549, dropped to 475. It's interesting that they're starting that high. Here's started at 565 and dropped to 515. And this is in February. And this is also very much like our house. This is very, very good comp for us. This is what our house looks like. 2,000 square feet more on the lot, but we'll save this comp. This. It's a smaller lot. It's okay. I'll take it as a comp. See, this looks like our house too, 402, but this looks plainer than our house. Oh, it's nicely staged. It's nice on the inside. Actually, I think this is virtual staging. Yeah, I'm almost positive this is virtual staging. Because that's not staged at all. And you wouldn't just not stage that room and stage the other ones. And that feels like a virtual stage situation. This ottoman chair thing doesn't really fit in that decor. So I think that's a virtually staged house. No, not our house. Oh, this isn't bad if you like that color. It's a smaller house than ours. Not staged. What's wrong with you people? God, it's so plain. Frank, what are you doing? Okay. 19 days on market, took 5,000 less. I'll throw it in there as a comp because it's too small. It's not really our house. Let's see. No, this is like our house. I want to see where these ones that I'm where I'm marketing, where I'm marking them, where they fit next to our house, how close they are. Because Tacoma, the neighborhoods vary greatly. This looks like a much newer house. When was this built? 2014. Yeah, this is 7 years younger. And this is a corner lot. And much bigger lots, 10,000 square feet bigger of a lot. So let's not do that. Let's just see what I look like. The ones I selected, what those look like. Where are those? Let's narrow it down. Okay, got 5 of them. Where am I on the map? Okay, so these are pretty good for us. These two, the 450, the 515, 470, 475, 490. Okay, the ones that look like us are certainly above 450, which will make everyone happy. Let's see what the square footage looks like of those. Print that. And the thing about this market that's so crazy is I don't have any real actives. The one active I could comp it against is overpriced, is above 5. These are all, so this is coming out at 190 a square foot. The ones we liked are coming up closer to 190 a square foot. Okay. 2,500 square feet. We like it. The averages are all good. So if I did 190 a square foot for my house, what did I say? Just 2,500? It's 2,490. 2,500 times 190, really 191, 477, 500, which is sort of exactly the number my client is looking for, which is really nice. Okay, so this is good. This is really good. With this house, so the low is 450, the median is 475, and the high is 515. That's all sold. These all came down in price, which I particularly dislike doing. Except the one that started at 449. Look at that. And that's the exact conversation I'm going to have with my client. these started at 519 and it came down to 450. This started at 449, came down to 470. This started at 549, came down to 475. This went to 485. This went up to 490. This started at 565, came down to 515. So we're going to start low and go high. I'm going to get, where is that? Oop. Here, I want to get those comps up. Go back to results and do these this way. 360 property view. Okay, great. So I'm going to save these because at some point here, I'm going to shoot a bomb. Let's see, I don't think I can do, oh, maybe if I come off the camera here, I can do it and you can just hear me do it. Let's see if I shoot this as a bomb. I like to do my CMAs with a bomb video to my client. Yep, I think I can do that. I think you're going to be in the picture though, so let's do that. Where I can talk through my thinking with them and send it to them. I particularly like doing it this way because there's not a lot of, they can sort out the back and forth themselves. They can watch it, grok what I'm saying, and then come back to me with questions. Perfect. Okay, so you can't, I don't know what you can see, but you can certainly hear me, and I'm just going to talk through it. I think you should still be able to see the screen. Hang on, let me just see. Shelly, can you still see the screen? Yeah, so you're looking at the single property for the listing house, 1309. Okay, great, fabulous. This is perfect. You can see my whole process. Okay. How fun is that? All right, let me just make sure I got my conversation right with them. Here's our house. Oh, this is the other thing I want to do. So let's go to the stats, go to Info Sparks. They bought in 2016, right? Yeah, 12/27/2016. So really the beginning of 2017. It's the other number that's useful to get as a ballpark figure here. So they were area 61, Southeast Tacoma. And we're going to go the last. Where is it? Oh, here we go. How is 2016 5 years ago? It's so upsetting to me. Okay. So overall, since the beginning, since really December 2016, the median was what was 2 million, was 200,000. Oh my God, it was 200,000. It's 334 now, right? So 200,000 divided by 334.5. Whoops, 334,500 that's a 41% increase in value. So let's just look at what that would mean for them. They paid 292 plus 41%, 411.72. So on paper, this house should be worth 411,720. Just on paper. Just if it appreciated at the same rate as their entire area appreciated, it would be worth $412,000. We think we can get them more than that. That's the deal. Okay. I know the house across the street. I cannot figure out why I can't find the house across the street. That's actually, they're going to find that less than satisfying that I can't find that house. And I don't know why I can't find it. Oh, let me just look it up. Let me see what I can do here. because I know they're going to ask me about it, and that won't work, that I can't find it. 139502. So I'm going to go back. Okay, one. Whoops. Okay, this is just anything pending or sold within a quarter mile. This makes me crazy. This is just what we saw a minute ago. And that went for 305. What is the deal? Did it fall off market? Is it still active? Is it contingent? No, it's not. I mean, no, that changed something. Let's see. Yeah, that gave me one more. Two more. But those are just lots across the street. It's sort of upsetting. These are just 3 lots. Maybe these have been pending backup requested. All right. Let's just see.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Check the chat because Stephanie put in an MLS in the chat.
Okay, you got to go back on mute. I don't know what your screen is on.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. Let's see. 1697 436. All right, let me check that, what that one is. Okay, so these are all new constructions happening across the street. That's going to limit the value for sure. There's no two ways about it, because if that's selling for 460 and it's new construction across the street, but I just think there's something wrong. Let me look up the one that Stephanie's showing me. And I'm going to call the client too. Okay, where did you find this, Stephanie?
Well, I just Googled the address that you have and then went to the Google Maps and flipped it around and looked at the house number across the street and then searched that house address.
This is so weird that this is not
internet.
coming up on this MLS search. This is blowing my mind. There's just no reason for that not to come up on the search I was doing. God, makes me crazy. That's great. I appreciate you doing that. I am officially flummoxed. That should naturally come right up on the search. There's no reason. It's sold. It's great. I mean, this is the perfect comp. They sold last month for 475, for 470, listed at 475. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to start at 460 and we're going to go up from there. I mean, that's exactly, this is perfect. All right. Well, this is exactly what I'm going to tell them. The comps come out to 477, but we don't want to start there. We want to start like at 468 or 458 would even be better. We'd get more people through the house and I'll let them choose where we want to go. But we do want to end. There's just zero reason to think we're not ending here, because this house across the street is the same house, but our house is nicer, actually. Our house is a little bit more upgraded than this house. God, that's so upsetting that that's not coming up on the MLS. I don't. Why? Okay, well, I'm not going to spend time freaking out about the MLS's aft, but there you go. Okay, so let's record our little video for our friends. Hey, Arissa. Hey, Fernando. It is great to see you. Well, I can't see you, but you can see me. And we're pricing your house. The photos are happening in about an hour. And we're just really excited. Everything's going really well, I think. I thought the video you sent looked great. I'm glad the cleaning and the carpets and everything got done well. So here is what we're thinking. So here is your house. The last time when you bought it, this was the listing. The thing to note about it is here you paid $292 in essentially the beginning of 2017. You pay $292. And when we look up those statistics in 2017, sorry, you were at 200,000, median price 200,000, 199,950, 200,000. And you are now up to 334.5, which is a 41% increase in value. So if your home just went up by the amount that every other home in your area on average has gone up, your home would be worth about $412,000. Okay. So that's what we would call the paper price. That's the price on paper, just all things being equal, but we are not going to get you the paper price. We're going to, and there's no reason. So a couple of things that we looked at. So here are, there's several homes that sort of match your size, style, within a mile or two of yours, within, a reasonable age difference of yours. This one's 4 years younger, but not a dissimilar house. It's a little bit bigger, 6 bedrooms, and this started, you want to notice a couple of things. One, this started at 520 and went down to 450, which is mispriced because you don't go down in this market if you price it right. You should be going up. And this house looks really very much like yours, and they got 450 for it. Okay, they started too high, I think, and they wound up at 450. But this looks like your house, same quality, same spaces. It's got 6 bedrooms, not 5. Okay, fine. Who knows? But it's the same size lot. Here's another one that we're looking at. Again, a smaller house than yours, 500 square feet smaller, slightly larger lot though, 4 bedrooms. And again, I just picked houses that have sort of a similar quality. This is actually a little bit more modern than yours. This is done a little bit, this is more upgraded than yours. That fireplace, these bathrooms, this neighborhood is a little bit higher tone than yours. And they again started at 550 and went down in price, and they wound up at 475. And that's a more updated house and a smaller house than you. So those things will balance. This is a house, again, very much like yours. This is 300 square feet bigger. They started at 565 and they ended up at 515. It's a different neighborhood though. And, decent house. Again, similar to yours, not radically different than your house. Okay. It's a little bit more spacious than your house. And then the other one is this one, which is I'm not wild about this comp, but I just wanted a 5th comp. Same size, a little bit smaller lot. The age is 2012, so it's 5 years newer than yours, and they ended up at 470. I just don't like the way the house looks. That's my problem with this house. But they started at 450 and they ended at 470. We like that. They went up almost 5%. And the interior of this house is similar to yours. Similar finishes and the whatnot. Okay. Then The fifth house in our tour, also not a dissimilar house to you. Similar size, same feel. Again, yours is a little bit more upgraded in some ways, and this is different spaces than you. And look at that chair. Okay, so it's got similar spaces. It's a similar enough house, and this started at 485 and popped up to 490. All right, and then there is your neighbors or across the street neighbor's house, which is probably the best comp we can find. They started at 475 and they ended at 470. And as we know, your house is better appointed than this house. So there's no real reason to think we're not. The only way we're going to blow it is if we overprice it and let it sit on the market, which for you is going to be a particular problem because you live there. It's not vacant. We can't show it anytime. We're going to have the open houses, and then really Monday, Tuesday, really we're hoping Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to the review date on Thursday, you are getting kicked out of your house all the time. We really are counting on you having to leave and it being a real hassle for you the whole time. I don't know what else to tell you about it. We want to get a lot of showings in there. We're going to get a lot of people, and that's going to be the deal. Okay. So if we look at the price per square foot of those 5 homes that I liked, we were at 191 a square foot. This one, your neighbor, is at 188. So we could say 190 is the right price per square foot price. And that puts you right at 477,500. The price per square foot, 477,500. So we're saying anything over 475 is going to be a win for us. And where do we price it so that we wind up there? So you've got a couple of decisions to make. You can price it at that 477 number and hope that we find the right buyer that's willing to come in and pay for it, maybe even get it to pop over that, which would be great. We can do that. You can price it closer to 500 and hope we get the random buyer that's ready to pay more than the market value up front and do that. And if they don't, we can slowly drop it over time, or we can price it as a bargain, as something that will attract a lot of attention, say the 458 side of things, and have it go over in a bidding war, 468 even, and have it go over where we want it to go. And I think, my position on that is always it's better to get more people through the house and let it show. The ones that priced it under the 450 went up to 470 by itself. That was, a good showing. There was the one that went for 485 and finally went for 490, which took 24 days to do. So I just don't want your house on the market for 24 days because you live there. And I don't want you having to get out of the house every time someone calls, which is going to be the case Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It just is. If we're lucky and we do it right, which we are, and hopefully we'll get lucky, you'll be chased out of the house. So I want you to watch this. I want you to think about it. I want you to let me know where you want to come in the price. Do you want to start at the lower end and get a lot of people through? Do you want to start at the high end and just get the right person to write the offer? Where do we want to be on the scale? Let's talk about it, but watch this. Let me know what you think. All right. I can't wait to see you. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay. Here. Whoops. All right. And that is Mendiola Marquez price. All right, so I'll send that off later. I'll come back on screen. All right, so that's that. Okay, just sort of look. So I don't know, any questions about any of that? Stephanie, I can't even thank you enough for finding that listing. I'm still just completely, I'm actually going to send this to the MLS and figure this out because I can't tolerate this not being.
You know what might have happened? I see the agent on that listing that you couldn't find. They put it in Tacoma, whereas all the other communities are regular Tacoma. So it might have like landed that house in the wrong community, which I see the agents making mistakes like that, right? They put it in the wrong area code 61 instead of 92.
Hang on, let's see. Let's go back here because we're in 61. Yeah, no, we're in 61. Our listing is in 61.
Yeah, but the community of East Tacoma might
Oh
have.
yeah, it's different than the community of Tacoma.
And maybe I'm just.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna write to the MLS because I can't. That's so messed me up. I mean, that's like I need that listing to be able to comp it because they're freaked out. They're like, what do you know? They need that listing to justify whatever price we do. And I want it because it's across the street. And it sold last month. I couldn't have an easier time coming up with a number. I don't need to do extra. In fact, the rest of it is for show. Everything else we did was just sort of for show because that house literally sold across the street. It's not quite as nice. We should get more than that, especially in today's market. We want to price it under where that started. 468 would be fine. 458 would be better. And we want to run with it. So I do need that. I do need to find out from the MLS why that didn't show in our listing. So I'm going to save these two and send them to the MLS.
You know, another thing that I noticed that might be helpful for the newer agents too is just the amount of time that those three offers, you know, they only took 4 and 5 days.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, to me, it's, you have to let it market for about 10 days in order to get the offers in. You know, I think that they settled for less on those 4 and 5 days.
They might have the overpriced ones. They might have, but we're going a week in general right now. You know, I'm not gonna promote that we're going longer than that. So I'd like to get them, you know, go on the off. We'll go on the market this weekend, and then look at offers on Thursday. I find that if you give the offer review day too long, it turns people off. Non-do. Come on, little guy. Okay, come on. Save. Okay, and then this one. Let's just save that one too. Okay, so let's shut those down.
I have a
And
question.
yeah,
Would it be possible to kind of get an update on the outcome of what your clients decide?
of course.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm not going to tell you, Stephanie. That's so well.
I got a question also. It looks like when you finally got your comparison, those 5 or 6 homes, you didn't really consider the date that they sold. And I was just wondering, is that just because you saw that for nearly all of them, the sale price was less than the listing price? I was just wondering if you're in a community where you're looking at all the comps and the sale price ends up being, 5% higher than the list price consistently, will you consider the date that these properties sold more?
Well,
more
they're all
likely to
sold
consider them.
They're all within the last 6 months.
Yeah.
So I do consider the date. These aren't just sold anytime. They're sold within the last 6 months, which is a appraiser's standard. And then the ones that sold more recently, I weight more heavily. The neighbor across the street sold last month. So that's the biggest possible indicator I could have. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, I was just,
like
I
that
guess.
answered your question. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we don't want to consider market changes that have happened in the last 3 months.
we do. I think I did.
Okay.
I think I did. I don't know what it would look like for you to put more in existence than, to weight it more heavily than I did. The one across the street sold in February. That's the biggest weight I have.
Yeah.
And the ones that sold
I
in
agree.
October, I discounted. I was like, all right, well, those sold in October. I don't want to have those weigh heavily on my mind. I mean, they're within the last 6 months. They're valid for an appraiser to use and they're valid for me to use. I need more data than I need anything else. I have to have enough houses. If I narrow the scope to the last 3 months, I'm going to have to give up some other criteria, size or anything, right?
Mhm.
You can't just have, you need enough houses to get an average. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right, thanks.
So I'm going to do another one. This is a house this is the guy that's redoing his kitchen. And we want to just get a rough idea of what, we didn't comp this out, but he said he got an offer. Someone gave him we'll buy your home for $500,000 cash, which don't really ever turn out to be that, but you never know. Okay, so this sold for last in 2009. I don't think I'm going to get, yeah, I'm not going to, let's see. No, I can get the last listing, which is nice. Okay. In 2009, so at the very bottom of the bell curve, this sold. Wow, it was certainly nothing special then. But this has been completely redone. So this is West Seattle, area 130. It's 1,220 square feet. And it was built in 1954. Okay, so let's check it out. This is giving me some range here between 316 and 427. Highly likely to sell. Let's see what we can comp it out at. Okay. Oh, let's get this. Get that. We'll go through CMA. Active, pending, sold. Okay, we'll start with a mile. Okay. Well, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Only 9 matches within a mile. That doesn't make any sense. No, okay. It hadn't caught up. Okay, so square footage, what did we say, 1,200? So let's go 900 to 1,500. Let's get it tight just because it's a smaller house. Good, there's still 73 matches at that size. Year built was 54, so let's go 1944 to 1964. What does that look like? 32, come on, that's a lot of matches within a mile. Excellent. And this house, given I haven't really seen the inside and it's so radically different from anything else, and we're going to redo the kitchen. We're going to redo everything. I just want to get the averages here and sort of get a sense of where we could possibly price it. And it's not going on the market till April. And there's 0 point getting attached to a price today because just like that last house, if the neighbor's house sells between now and then, we don't have to do any other work. You know, if the neighbor has a similar house or someone around the corner has a similar house that's sold or is on the market, that's the market information we're looking for. That's, you know, we're only looking to read the tea leaves, and those tea leaves are right there to be read. So let's look at what the comps look like for this. Nothing active, nothing for sale. You couldn't buy another house like this within a mile if you wanted to right now. That's pretty intense. Okay, and let's see. The pendings are going for 323 a square foot for 1,268, and that's an average of 406. And the solds, same zone, 467. So if he really could get cash 500, he might want to, frankly. I mean, I don't see, it's certainly not likely to go over 500. If someone was serious about giving him 500 cash without him doing any work and we're just going to give it to him, hey, God bless him. I would recommend he take it, because we'll get up to 500. If we can, we'll take a look at some of these and see, but some of these down here, what are the houses over 500 going? I mean, what are the ones over 500 look like, and sort of see what we can do. Can we get his house looking like those and see? But overall, we're looking high fours. Let's see, high fours. Let's start just here. So I just want to be able to go to Christine and go to him and say, yeah, we're looking at the 475 to 500 mark, and be realistic about it. So this is 1,400 square feet. This is a bigger house, corner lot, sold in October. So market was way different then, not as hot then. And this is sort of crappy on the inside. Very crappy on the inside in October. So you should think you can get more than this for it today. And if his house is nice, you're going to get more for it than this. 475. 1,200 square feet. Nothing special about this house. Getting 475. And we're talking about redoing the kitchen to match the rest of the house. I'm thinking fives, because these are nothing special. This is sort of a nice. Look at that. This is grandma's house. Whose grandma's house is this? Is anyone on the call's grandma's house? Oh my God, totally grandma's house. And really, like, nothing special here. This is like not updated, not modernized, and they got 475. If we redo the kitchen with stainless and the garden is in bloom and it's spectacular, I could see getting up to 5, because nothing in here is indicating 5 is unattainable. Does that make sense? Can you guys see that? Move-in ready home. Nothing special here. Open kitchen. 490. Why is this closer to 5 than anything? Marble bathroom. Las Vegas shower. Hardwoods. This is like definition, nothing special. 1,000 square feet. September of last year, and it's better now than it was in September. Better for the seller now. 500. 1,300 square feet. This is about his house. Oh my God. There's nothing going on here, and this got 500 in August. 1,400 in December. Again, this probably looks like his house, but this is recently remodeled. Are you kidding? Okay, well, I got to think if his house is at all redone, we're getting 5 or more from looking at these pictures, especially because the outside is going to be just in bloom and gorgeous. This got 508. What do you got to look like to get 508? Literally nothing special. You have to look like nothing in particular special. And we have a teepee to put in the living room, so we can at least do that. All right, this is nice. 508. I'm seeing 5s for sure. Anyone else getting the 5 vibe? What happens if we go higher than 5? Okay, this is all I wanted to know about this house, is 5 obtainable? Oh my God, yes. Especially if we redo the kitchen, 5 is obtainable and better. And I can't tell if it's, so what I would say about this is I can't tell how much better than 5, because, here's February, this is pretty close, and this got 515. Is the market going to stay this hot between now and mid-April? And will his house comp out when it comes down to it. But this is the same size house on the same size lot, within a mile of his house in February, got 515. And there is nothing damn special about this house. There's nothing about this house that screams, ooh, la, la.
Aaron, so after seeing these photos of these comps and these kitchens, are you thinking there's the value there? And you said, what is it, 25,000 into a kitchen? Do you think you're going to get that money back or are these pictures telling you, well, maybe you don't actually get the money back when they're doing that renovation?
No, I think he is going to get the money back. I think well, all right. The problem is that I got to talk to Christine about it because I don't know how off the kitchen is. It's really actually rare that the kitchen that you could put 20,000 in and get 30,000 out. But look, this house is getting 530. I don't think you got a chance of going over 5 if the kitchen is just trash. None of these kitchens are trash. They're just nothing special. And I need to talk to Christine about what the kitchen looked like, but here's a 535 and this is redone. So if you're talking about making the kitchen this way, he's going to get his money back.
Okay.
This is a brand new remodeled kitchen and the whole house is done, and you are looking over 5 to get that. And this is again October, so it's a little long ago, but market's better now than it was then for the seller. Here's September, 565. What do the 565s look like? Nothing special about the house. Nice yard. Good remodel. Open kitchen. That sells. And that went from 520 to 565. I think we're looking at something like that. I got to make sure Christine talks to me about it. But here's, well, what happened? Where'd we go, buddy? Where did you lose me? You know, what is this? 710. Why is this house getting 710 last month? Oh, because it's a shy acre. It's an acre. That's not a comp. 500. This is redone. And he's got 5. And he's putting 20 in. I think it's probably, I don't think he's going to lose money on it. And you got a chance to make money on it. And this went to 510 and this is redone. So I don't think you're getting over 5 without a really nice kitchen. And I think you got a chance of getting it way over 5. This is November. Okay. So at least 5 is the ballpark for this house, which is really what we wanted to know. And I could talk to him about those numbers and see. All right. Then the last one, we're going to comp. I'm not going to do a video on that. I'm not doing anything else about that. This is a listing listing appointment Christine is going on. And it's a condo. So we should be able to find units in the building. And in that case, I'll get whatever West Olympic Place. Oh, sorry, I gotta get that right. Retro. 1. Oh, it's not 1. If you put the address down wrong, it doesn't work. All right, there it is. This is her place. Great, but I got all these units to look at, which is perfect. Let's just start with hers. (2009). Very high likelihood of selling, and could be up to 6. We like that. Okay. All right, here is our friend's condo. This is unit 201. Is that Mary? Oh, this is 201, but who bought this? Doesn't say. Wait a second. She's got unit 101. And that was showing me 201, but I don't really particularly care. I just want the area because I want to get everything that's sold in that building. So if it's 201 or 101, I just want to get the MLS number so it can search that building. No. Come on. What do you want me to do there, Pokey? There we go. Okay. Sold, active, pending, pending. All right, let's look. See the building more than I want to see the area. West Olympic Place 104, 50. All right, well, give me everything on West Olympic Place anyway. Oh, this is just going to sort by the number. Oh, no. Great. All right. Wow, there's a bunch. 530. At least this is the same street. 654, number 302 is the only other one. So I got 2 in the building. And my unit was 1,000 square feet, 2 bed, 2 bath, 175 square feet. And so my 2 twos, here's a 2, 1.5. These two come, there's a 2, 1.5, 750. Can we get a high five for that? 910 square feet. It's on the market for 750 for 85 days. So that's not selling. That's not a great sign for them. But that's a residence. Oh, because it's a different house. Let's just look at these. Let's just narrow this down. Let's just look at the Olympic Place, the ones on the same street. Okay. And the 654. Where's my 654? Here's 654. I only have one that's 654, same street. But, oh, as luck would have it. Haha, how perfect is this? Okay, so this is the 302. Again, this is just giving a ballpark because she's not going to list till June. So there's 0 point in getting a fine point on this because who knows what happens between now and June. But here's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in the same building that sold last month, a month ago. That's the exact same unit. This is the same unit. She's on the ground floor though. This is on the top floor. Okay, so this one's got views that my lady's not going to have. Maybe. Let's just see. No, that's a view of the neighbor. No one's buying that view. No one's like, oh, we can't wait to see the building. Now it could be a building that one side has views and one side doesn't. And I don't know how modern it is, but I'm going to save this listing and give it to Christine so she can see it because she's going on the listing appointment for me. But this is sold at 572 in 25 days in January. Okay. That's what we wanted to know. We're in the 5s. We're in the, between 550 and 6 is the range. Probably closer to 550 to 575 is what I'll tell her. But it's like I said, there's no point in trying to get it more particular than that until 3 days before you list it. Because what if someone else in the building goes on sale? You can't even deal with it. So I'll save this one for Christine so she can tell me how modern hers is. But this is a really, really solid comp for her. This is as good of a comp as you're going to get. And I'm going to print this sucker as a PDF. and send that to Christine, and that will be that. So different. What are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? Just print the PDF, just do that. Okay, so different, whoops, no, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so different comps for different reasons, right? The first one we did really needed a price. We needed to come up with the price because we're listing it in 2 days. So we needed to know what else happened in the neighborhood. The other two are months out from being listed. I just need ballparks. I need a number that make sure the owner is realistic, that the number we're playing with makes sense for us to do the work, that when we talk to them, we're giving them realistic expectations and we can move forward from there together. Make sure that that's all the case. Any questions about any of that? Make sense? Aaron, Steph, anyone?
It was a great presentation. Thank you.
Okay, great. Well, and just so you know, it really wasn't a presentation as much as it was literally me talking out loud, the work that I would do. And that you were here was nice because it doesn't make me feel crazy because I would talk out loud and do that work just that way. And I recorded it because I went through it at my speed, the speed I would naturally do it at without stopping. But really, honestly, I couldn't have gotten it done without Stephanie. I mean, really, that was a lifesaver thing there. So I appreciate the team and I appreciate you all being here. And yeah, let me know if you do have questions. And when you go to start comping stuff, let me know and we can, you shoot your own little video of it and send it off and we'll figure out what was missing. There are tough to comp areas. Okay. That's the other thing. None of these were particularly tough to comp areas. West Seattle is a very unique, very distinct area. A condo is always fairly easy to comp because you're just looking for another unit in the building or nearby, right? Vashon is a difficult thing to comp. Out in the middle of nowhere is a difficult thing to comp. Sometimes, a unique property is a more difficult thing to comp. And it becomes useful to have other eyes on it. There are multiple times a year where I'll just ask Christine, can you run comps on this and then get it to me without my input so I can see what her thinking uninfluenced by my thoughts are. That's the power of being on the team. You should absolutely utilize that. Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, Aaron.
Everyone party on. Have a great day.
Party on, guys.
Party on, Wayne.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.